So I have a disability and I use the driving shop carts at the stores sometimes. Mine is just a very severe chronic fatigue issue that are related to certain illnesses, and I can't stand for more than a couple minutes at a time, but also walking can be really hard. And the days can vary, of course. But using these carts, I've noticed I don't typically get people, looking at me weird, but on the rare occasion that I do, I find it really interesting that when you're a smaller person and you're writing those things, people are more likely to give you weird looks or think that you're, you know, just playing with it or you're not using it for a legitimate reason, when if you're a bigger person, no one questions it. And this isn't any shade to bigger people. What I'm trying to point out is that people don't understand mobility aid. So it's the same thing that people do when they see someone using a wheelchair or their own personal mobile chair. And if that person stands up at all, people go, "Oh, you must not be really disabled." Well, the thing about mobility aid is it's just to help you move around. It's not just specifically for people that are paralyzed. It's a common misconception, and a lot of people are very conditioned into this kind of thinking. So that was the one thing that stuck out to me about that, and I think it's something that people need to talk about a lot more, because let me tell you, the way that mine works, and it causes such fatigue where I'm in bed 95% of the day, it's very hard to help people understand what I'm dealing with because they can't imagine what this feels like. And they can't imagine having such low fatigue that you can't stand. So it took me years and I've been dealing with this for almost a decade now. It took me years to finally cave and get myself mobility aid, and it was because I was fighting it the whole time. I was in denial that I needed this stuff, and I was fighting, feeling like, I can't, my life can't be this now. I'm sure a lot of other people that have dealt with similar things will have their own stories with that too. But people need to understand mobility aid is to aid people to move around, and it's not just for paralyzed people like they're so used to seeing. I've had similar things happen when I was actually getting my wheelchair. It's really interesting to see how people reacted to. I literally went to the store and got a wheelchair, and we didn't have the legs on it. So I just folded my legs up and was sitting in it while someone pushed me, and people were giving me the most judgmental looks ever. And that was weird all in itself, but then when I got the legs on, because we went back to go get the legs, people were looking at me overly sympathetic, "Oh, poor you." Oh, it was really disgusting. Both sides were gross, but I know the universe put me in the situation so I could see both sides. And I've always been a voice for people that haven't had their resources, especially children. The basics, food, water, and shelter. But since having this happen to me, I have a very real experience showing the depth of how horrible this world treats people in these situations. They're either overly sympathetic, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's disgusting. It's fake, you know. And then on the flip side, people don't believe what you're dealing with requires mobility aid. It's so messed up, and it's really psychotic, honestly. People should not be having this mental conditioning that they go either one way. I'm the type of person that I believe people until they prove me wrong, until they prove that they're not trustworthy. But I'm also a pure soul. I'm autistic. I see things differently than most people do. And I think autistic people are really here, and neurodivergent people are here to shed some light on the fact that why are we thinking this way? Why are we so apathetic with one another? And how come we're not more together in oneness and trying to see each other deeply, the way that we want to be seen? Why are we not seeing other people the way that we want to be seen? Why aren't we treating other people the way that we want to be treated?